Okay, I'm returning to the spot where I found later what looked like a chimpanzee down this canyon, and I put it on Facebook, some of the Bigfoot sites, and a lot of people said it could be maybe a root ball from a fallen tree, which is highly plausible, or a stump. But this is a Hyperion zone where there's no, well, there's a big tree right there. There's not a lot of big trees down there that have been cut down anyway. So I'm getting into the area. Okay, last time I was here, these sticks were not here in this geometrical formation. Something's been in this stump, pulling off the rotten chunks, looking for grubs. Another piece over there of bark. Here's something notable. There are millions and millions of pine cones that have been shredded to get the nuts out. I mean, millions. Look at that. It's like a foot deep all through here, which could be a lot of squirrels, I guess. Now there is an old rotten log, but it's nowhere near the area I was looking in. But that does show that there is large rotten logs, rotten stumps, rather, in this Hyperion zone. You got to take note of the size of these giant leaves. I mean, they're a yard long, and they're really wide. That's an interesting trees in a pattern. This is one of the areas that I thought might be where that chimpanzee root ball might have been. Over here. Don't see anything yet. I remember seeing these bones. I think these were the ones I saw last time. Something's been sitting in this foliage where these bones are. Another log's been propped up on this snapped off branch. That's interesting. There's thousands of more pieces of pine cone shredded out with a footprint in the middle. Right there, a barefoot print. Barefoot, no shoe. That's either a really big crow, something weird's going on. I've relocated the crossed branches on that side of the creek. And here's the creek. And then right on the other side of the creek is what I consider to be like a little hunting blind. There's some cross sticks down there. And then right here, it looks like You know, like when your kids built little forts. And these branches are not small. They're snapped right off. Look at that. Snapped right off. I don't want to ruin the guy's little fort, but there's a bunch of branches creating a geometrical tent-shaped design, like what they describe as the teepees. I've checked all these small tree stand type areas, and I haven't seen anything that looks like a root ball within their context. I'm in another area near the creek, and I just wanted to show what a root ball is for if anyone has any questions. It's what happens is these trees fall over in a big wind or something, and it brings up the whole root ball with a hunk of mud. And you can see how this could look like an ape from a different angle, just like an ink blot or a clouds look like things. But the tree stands, the stands of trees, like those, there's none in there, which is strange. So it doesn't mean it was a chimpanzee looking animal, but to me, I got my bear spray close just in case. Here's some more stands of these small Hyperion type trees, like willow or whatnot. And I don't see any in context with a root ball or a stump. Pretty much spent a couple hours scouring this place. On the other side of the creek, this little canyon, it tapers off into some very thick foliage. And you can see something's gone tramping through here. It's very thick. You can see the sticks knocked over and things. I don't think I can venture much farther into this stuff. Try this way. Under these trees, there's skeletal remains of other species like deer, elk, badger, rabbits, things like that. But I don't know if it's wolves or mountain lions or Sasquatch that's chowing down on these. It's a fairly good footprint right here. See the heels, the flexing area of the tarsal and the phalanges. Okay, I got a little bit lost. I've come upon like a little nesting area, it looks like. See the hair? That's indicative of a lot of the nesting type areas I find out here, which I assume are nesting type areas. I am not a primatologist. And there's some huge leg bones here. I mean, these things weigh a ton. You can see where it was. It's been here for quite some time. Yeah. Look at the size of that leg on that thing. That's got to be a moose or something. But the hair doesn't look moose-like, but I guess it could be a large elk, maybe. Something's whistling. Okay, this looks like a bed, maybe, with hair in it, and there's some pine boughs cut, laid all in here. See that? Something's rumpus has been sitting here. And then there's a little bitty game trail going up that way. Hopefully it'll get me out of this forest that I've gotten lost in. Here's something strange. It's a piece of foam and something with big teeth has chewed on it. Kind of weird to find this balls deep in the forest. There's a footprint there. Here's a newly cracked over tree. It's still got green leaves on it and that thing's over. And it looks like, okay, I'm kind of looking over in there. There's a little bit of trash in here or something. Looks like some new foliage put down into like a bedding area, perhaps. Believe it or not, I found a real bed. It's made out of wood with a blanket, and this is where the phone comes from. So way out in this wood at some time, someone was sleeping in this hammock type thing, made out of plank boards. Very strange. Something's been feeding in here, so mandibles, the lower jaw of a white-tailed deer, right here in the woods. I hear a kid or something. Must be getting close to the road, hopefully.
Hello, all you greenhorns. Hello, all you greenhorns. We're up here in Idaho, and we're looking for the varmint known as Bigfoot or Sasquatch or Skookum or Yeti. And he's here. He's a big old gorilla. And he's all hairy and smelly. So come join us on the next adventure, Idaho Squatch Watch. And we'll try to find that big feller.